Primary This Jaden's Videos, and I am back with another Nightmare House 2020 The Experiments Haunt Build video. This is Haunt Build Day 3. If you notice, I'm not wearing a flannel or anything today because it is way too hot out. It's 90 degrees, and it says it feels like 101. Now, I'm not sure if that's true because it definitely doesn't feel like 101. It feels like it's about 90. No, it doesn't even feel that hot. It honestly feels like it's like 85. It's still hot out, but there's no humidity today. So it's not bad. The humidity is what makes it bad in Florida, so it's not that bad. It's really not. They say it's awful, but it's not that bad. But it's still too hot to be doing it in a flannel. We don't get our next cool front for another week, which kind of sucks because whole week with like this is kind of annoying. But this haunt build video is very interesting, and the reason why is because I've been working on these things over the past 2 days and made this haunt build video over those past 2 days. But all I did was paint more walls, and so I'm like, I don't even need to upload those videos, it's just painting more walls. Whereas today, I'm going to finally finish those walls and actually start setting up the haunt. So, most of this video is going to be setting up the haunt. The walls are just going to be the beginning part, because I doubt you guys want a whole other video on just painting walls. So I decided to just show what I did on the walls, and then have this build video be mostly about setting up the haunt. Let's see what time it is right now to see how long this takes. It is 3:35 p.m. So getting a little bit later start than I wanted to. But that's fine because as the sun goes down, it's going to get cooler, of course, which is good. This should be fun. This is definitely going to be the most exciting day of the haunt build. When I am filming this, it is October 6th, Tuesday, October 6th. And I'm excited. So first, I'm just going to show you what I did with the walls and what I plan to do. First off, I started the containment unit walls. Now this one's not entirely completed because first I did this one by just painting it gray. It's more came out like a white, but I just painted it. Because what I need for these, as you guys know, this side is exactly what I need, except I'm going to dry brush it and stuff, but that doesn't take long. But this side, it was just a basic foam board back where it had like words on it and everything, so I had to cover that because I need seven of these need to be two-sided, whereas the rest don't. But I needed to cover that, and so what I did was paint it, but it took longer than spray paint, and it doesn't look as good because you can still see words and stuff showing through. So I tried spray paint on this one, and it looks a lot better. It gives it a lot more metallic appearance that I like and that I want for the containment unit walls, and so I like this one a lot more. I just ran out of spray paint, so that's why it's not completed. I'm probably going to do these ones this weekend. I want to actually start setting up before that, but I'm probably going to do these ones this weekend because my plan for this week is to work on the first part of the haunt, the whole steampunk section, and then I'll work on the containment unit next week. I'm obviously not going to finish the first part of the haunt this week, as I'm probably not even going to put any of the animatronics like Sewer Varmint or Plague Doctor out there just yet, but this week I will. Yo, no way! That's crazy. I just realized the whole thing with the words is just a stick-on. So I could honestly just peel that off all of them. But the issue there is, it would probably eat away, the spray paint would probably eat away at this. But hey, I'm going to do that, because then I don't even need to worry about covering up the words. It doesn't even need to look perfect at that point. Whoa! I didn't know this was a stick-on. I thought the words were actually on there, because I didn't see a part to peel it. But it looks like it is a stick-on. Must have came off a bit, and now I can peel it off. That's crazy. Alright, that's awesome. And maybe I can just use this for something else. That's great. I love that. Because now it's not going to be... I had to use a bunch of spray paint so I could cover up the words well. Now I can just spray it just a little bit, because... Wow, I'm happy about that. So, oh, there we go with the backside. Now it's not completed, but hey, it's going to make it a lot easier for future reference. But anyways, yeah, I plan... I'm obviously not going to finish the first half of the haunt today. Because as I do the haunt, I'll be adding stuff to the scenes throughout the entire month. Just keep on adding things. I'm not going to be done until like the day before Halloween. Probably Halloween Day, actually, because that's usually when I finish. But my goal would be the day before this year so I can get the news to come out and do a story on it. But we'll see what happens there. But, yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And I'll show you the other things I did. I decided, because you guys remember the hand painting process I said was awful, I decided to start spray painting because my main issue was it's going to corrode it if I spray paint, or it's not going to look as good. Well, it actually looks better because, as you can see, it does a lot of the details I'd have to do with the dry brushing for me, so that's less dry brushing I have to do. But also, it doesn't corrode it that much, so I'm not even worried about that. But as you can see, this is the Razortail wall. This one is not done yet. I'm going to work on this one in just a moment because all I need to do is paint inside the cracks because I need to do that by hand because they're too thin to not do it by hand and have it look good. And then I need to paint around the rim, and then I need to dry brush it. That is going to take like 20 minutes altogether. I'm not worried about that. Now, I also finally finished carving this wall. Look at how beautiful. Finally done with that one. This one's going to take about 30 minutes, I'm assuming, because I first have to paint it, then I need to spray paint it, then I need to, yeah. This one's going to take longer, but yeah, I should be done with this whole wall process in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, hopefully only an hour, so I can actually start setting up, because that is my goal today, to start actually setting up. But over here I have this foam board, which I got. This one is going to be another wall, but it's a divider wall, so I don't need that one done right now. I don't need that one done to set up. Actually, to start setting up, it would actually be better to wait on that one until I've almost got that whole scene completed. That way I can carry things in and out, because this one would be in the way if I was going to do that. Now with this one, I'm going to have my mom help me carve it, so hopefully it'll get done in like an hour, so that'll be cool. I don't know when we'll do it, but we'll do it sometime. Now here's the other walls. As you can see, I actually dry brushed it. The dry brushing definitely makes a big difference. It makes it look a lot more detailed. You can see all this stuff here. That's from the dry brushing. It makes it look a lot more detailed. It looks super cool. I like that a lot. Let's see, I'll show you the other one. There we go. So those two are completely done. As you can see, I painted around the rims, spray painted them, dry brushed them, got in all the cracks. They look fantastic. I love them. I'm so happy I'm done with those two. Already showed you that I have all those. Now, last thing I want to show you before I get to work for now is over here, because people have been asking me how I'm going to keep these walls in place. Cinder blocks. I've tested it in the store and it works perfectly. What you do is you put one cinder block on each side, and then it just kind of holds the wall in place because it can't go anywhere. So this is how I'm going to do it. I only have 10. I thought I was going to need like 36 because I'll need 10 because there's going to be 5 walls in the laboratory section, the steampunk laboratory section, and then there's going to be 13 walls in the containment unit section, so I thought I'd need 36. I don't. And the reason why I don't is because I only need these 10 because the roof under here, which is where the containment unit is going to be, this roof is the same height as those containment unit walls. And so I tested it yesterday, and because they're the same height, it kind of just gets stuck in between the floor and the roof, and it kind of does its work at holding it in place on its own, and it's perfect. It works perfectly, and it makes me so happy because then I don't need to buy as many cinder blocks. The cinder blocks are only $1 each, almost $2 I'd say, but that's cheap. But my main issue would be it's very hard to carry them all around. It's very hard to get so many at a time. I'd have to keep going back to get more because you can't have them all in a cart because there's so many and they're so heavy. So it's just easier to not have to get that many. Also, with this stuff in the background, which you obviously recognize from last year's haunt, what I'm going to do with that is probably turn it into something new for this year, laboratory themed. I don't know what yet, but I'll obviously cut it in a different angle and repaint it. But yeah, those are still there because I plan to reuse them this year for something new, make them into something entirely new. But yeah, let's get to work on these final walls. First off, like I said, finishing painting this one, which I'm hoping will only take about 20 minutes. And right after that, do the whole painting process on this one, which I'm hoping will only take about a half hour. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. But the next time I see you guys, I'm going to have that one done. Alright. I'm done with the Razortail wall. Well, almost. I would be done if I didn't have to write the blood on it. Alright, so, like I said, the blood part I'm not worried about because I'm excited to do that. As you can see, I dry brushed it, and I painted all the cracks. It's done other than the blood part, and I got around the rims, of course. This one, the last one I just started, like I said, sometimes the gray comes out a weird color, but once you dry brush them, they're all about the same color, which is good. As you can see, these all came out different colors originally. This one was green, actually, I think. But then after dry brushing them, they're basically all the same color, so it's fine. But that one, I just painted the base coat. Hopefully it'll only take like a half hour more to finish it. But it's drying right now, so while it's drying, I'm going to do something I wasn't planning on doing today, so I might not set up today. I don't know, you guys will find out when it's completed. But I realized there's actually a big set piece that I'm going to need to put into the steampunk laboratory section of the haunt, which I can't do that once I've already started setting up because it's going to be hard to get it in there with the walls, so I need to build that now. It's a slab, so a laboratory slab that reanimated corpse is going to be in front of, like a Frankenstein slab, so I need to do that today. So what I'm going to use for that is, I told you this wood from last year would come in handy. I'm going to take this wood that was used for the farmhouse because it's a solid piece. I'm going to cut it down to the size I need it. And then I'm going to paint over this. I'm going to paint it gray. And then, that's going to be the main part of the slab. Nothing's going to have to lay on the slab. It's actually going to be straight up, like it was elevated up. But then after that, I'm going to take some poles, because I don't need that many poles this year because most of the haunt is indoors. I'm going to take some poles, cut those down to the size I need them, drill them into the sides of it as the stand for the slab, and then I'll probably add some little details here and there, make it look nice. It's going to look cool. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited to do this slab because I didn't expect to do this yet. I didn't expect to do it until after I already started setting up, so I didn't expect to do it today. But I noticed it would probably be a lot better to do it before I started setting up. That way it can be moved in there more easily. And it's just good to get it done. So I don't know if I'll start setting up today. It depends on how long the slab will take. I'm hoping it won't take too long because it doesn't take too long to cut wood. Even more so, it doesn't take too long to paint it. And then it shouldn't take too long to screw the things in. My only thing is I don't know what details I'm going to add to it. We'll see where that takes us, but we'll find out. I'm excited for the slab. Alright, so here's the first step in making the slab done. I got this part painted gray. I'm not really happy about what's going on here. Okay, that's just the paint that hasn't dried yet. Okay, that's fine. Painted this gray, and that's the big wood part. I don't think I'm going to cut this because this is actually probably the height that I need. Now I'm going to wait for my dad to come out, help me cut these. These are going to go right behind it to hold it up. And then I'm thinking I'm going to put some chains and stuff on it too. I don't know how I'm going to attach them yet, but we'll figure that out. These are going to be cut and then they're going to be screwed into the back. I might actually be able to start setting up today, but I might wait till tomorrow. It all depends on how long this slab thing takes. I also need to clean out a little bit more of the garage. I've got most of it clean, but I need to clean out a little bit more stuff. So I could wait till tomorrow, could do it today. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out when the time comes, because I still need to finish this wall. But what I'm about to do while I'm waiting for my dad is I'm going to paint the things in blood on the Razortail wall. That should only take like 2 minutes, or 3 or 5, depending on how much I want to put on it. I think I'm going to do some bloody handprints on there too, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Alright, so I did a couple things here. First I'm going to show you the slab so far. Of course I already told you I got that done. But now my dad cut these for me. They're slanted, so they'll go on the back and it can attach into them to make that stand upright. And like I said, they're just wooden poles. I painted them gray, but they're missing something. Originally I was going to leave them like this, but they look too new, don't they? I'm going to have to dry brush them once they're dried. I'm going to dry brush some black on there just to make them look older, more decrepit. Because right now they look a little bit too new. So that shouldn't be a problem. It should be very simple, and it should make them look a lot better. I might do some brown too to try to make them look rusted. That might be cool. We'll see how that works. I haven't finished this wall yet, so I'm waiting for those to dry. I'll likely finish this one here. And then over here, you can see this is my favorite thing I did today. The Razortail wall is completed. I got some blood splatters on there. I did that with the splatter technique, where you take a spray paint can and you spray it into the lid, and then you take the lid and just throw it on there, and it makes a splatter effect, which is cool. I painted my hands red and put some handprints on there. And then I wrote Let's Play, because that's one of Razortail's things he says. Here, I'll do it for you.
Hello, friend. I'm Razortail. Let's play.
So, though he is a lab experiment, he's still got a personality that's different. He's still able to talk and stuff. His story will be explained when his haunt short comes out, so you'll understand that more. But, yeah, this ties into his character. Basically, since he's a rabbit, he doesn't have human morals or emotions, and his whole life, ever since he was brought back from the dead, oops, just spoiled a bit, that's fine. His whole life, ever since he was brought back from the dead, has just been seeing the mad scientist, Dr. Albert Crane, kill people in the name of science. And so Razortail, being a little cute rabbit, no, he's not very cute, he's very creepy, but just being a little rabbit, the reason he's a lab experiment is because he's basically a Frankenstein rabbit. He was put together, and his corpse was reanimated with electricity and stuff. He's a Frankenstein rabbit, basically. But because he's a rabbit, and though he has human intelligence, he can talk, he still doesn't have human morals, and so he thinks, hey, and since he's a rabbit, he kind of has the personality of a child. He likes to play and stuff, but he thinks, hey, if Dr. Crazy, which is the Dr. Albert Crane's official name, if he can kill people in the name of science, then why can't I kill people in the name of fun? His whole life has just been seeing people die in the name of science, so he doesn't really know any better. He's evil, yes, but the thing is, and it's one of the reasons I like him, one of my favorite characters, is because he doesn't know. He's one of my only characters that doesn't know what he's doing is morally wrong. He thinks that when people beg to be set free or stuff like that, it's all part of the game. He thinks it's all part of the game. The only time he gets mad is when they say they don't want to play. But if they say they do, or they just don't answer, he's fine with it. He thinks the begging and pleading is just a part of the game. So he doesn't think what he's doing is wrong. He knows that it's not a pleasant thing, but he doesn't think they care too much. He doesn't know that it's wrong. So that's one of the things I like the most about him, and it just makes him more animalistic and more of a experiment type thing, kind of used to kill people for the bad doctor. But yeah, that's what this whole Let's Play thing is about. Though you wouldn't typically see something like this in a laboratory-themed haunt, I kind of needed to do it to get Razortail's point across. This looks very much more asylum-like, but like I said, this is the Razortail wall, and I kind of need to get his story across in a way, and kind of show what he is. And though this doesn't explain his story well, it definitely gives more insight to it than if it was just a blank wall. And I like how it turned out. So that's really cool. I like it. I'm happy with it. So let's move on to painting that last wall besides the one that my mother's going to carve, shall we? Okay, so basically, after painting this last wall, not even finishing painting it, I still got to do the dry brushing, but after finishing painting this last wall, I quit working for the day. Wah wah. It's not a big deal, though, because I know for a fact, there we go, there it is. I know for a fact I'm going to get all these walls done tomorrow. My mom said that she will likely just work on that one last wall all by herself, other than the painting, of course. I can do that. It's very simple. But if she does that, dang, that's a big worry off of my chest, and I thank her so much for that. I typically do have a bit of help with my parents in the haunt, and they haven't really done much with it yet, so I don't think she'd mind to. She definitely wants to help this year because they do enjoy setting it up. They just get a little stressed out when there's too much for them to do. Luckily, I'm doing a lot of it by myself this year, but yeah, we'll see what she does there. But if she does that whole thing by herself, I warned her it takes hours, but we'll find out. And if she does, that'll be perfect, because I can be working on other parts of the haunt while she's finishing that last wall for me. So that makes things get done faster. Anyways, like I said, I only need these 4 walls done right now to actually start setting up, and the slab is almost done. I still have to dry brush these, but it's almost done. All I need to do is dry brush them, and then I need to screw them together, then move it into there, and it'll be done, and maybe put some chains on it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Maybe put some short circuit bulbs at the top. I don't know. It depends. Those can actually be added on later if I want to. I don't know. But the slab isn't too amazing right now. It's just painted pieces of wood. But once it's put together, it'll look much better. But I'm so happy that I finally got the 4 main walls almost done. Like I said, I still need to dry brush this one and paint in the cracks, but that should only take about 20 minutes at most because there's hardly any cracks on this one, so it might actually only take 10 minutes in all honesty. I could probably do it now, but I'm going in for the night. But yeah, I'm super happy. So tomorrow, I promise you guys, tomorrow is going to finally be the day where I actually start setting up. I'm excited. I'm really excited, and I hope things will go well. Tomorrow, I believe, is Wednesday. Yes, tomorrow is Wednesday when I'm recording this. So, here are my plans for the rest of the week. Let me turn my camera around so I can discuss them. Hi. So here are my plans. Let me get in the light for the rest of the week. What I'm gonna do is better lighting over here. What I'm gonna do for the rest of the week is first tomorrow I'm gonna finish that wall. Hopefully my mom will do that one, and if she does, I can paint that one at the very end of tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know. Get the slab put together tomorrow. Move that into the garage. Finish cleaning out the garage entirely. There's only a couple more things I need to clean out in there. Then start actually setting up the haunt. I hope to get some things done tomorrow, not too much in the setting up process, but some. And then Thursday, I might just continue setting up in the garage. I don't know. I might. This is a might. I'm not sure. But I might actually build my UFO that day because I mentioned I need a UFO for right here, a crashed UFO. I might build that day, Thursday, I don't know, because I think I figured out how I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to use PVC and like curve that PVC because PVC is bendable when it's long. And then around that PVC, get some cardboard and shape it around it, and then on top of that cardboard, spray paint it a metallic color, and then get a dome for the top. Then bam, there you go, there's your UFO. And it only needs to be half of a UFO because it's supposed to be crashing the ground. Shouldn't be too hard, but that might be what I do Thursday because I need to get that done soon because my work area is the back patio here. And that, my friends, I'm most likely going to start working on the containment unit section next week, which is in the back patio. And so I need to have whatever I need to make back there done by then. I don't know what we're gonna do. We might make props Thursday. Depends on how much I get done tomorrow. But I'm thinking Friday I am going to head to the store called Oddities and Antiques that I head to a lot. Because the owner there, Frank, he kindly said to me that he will let me borrow an x-ray machine. I don't even think I need to rent it. He's just gonna let me borrow it. An x-ray machine that like the light that they hold the x-ray up to, and it's a really cool one because it actually flickers, which is cool. He'll let me borrow that for the haunt, which I think is going to be perfect. But also, I'm going to see if he'll let me borrow a couple more things, and I plan to negotiate with him and buy some things from there tomorrow for the haunt, like specimen jars and stuff, because he's got a lot of perfect lab stuff. So that's probably what I'll do Friday, is get those and then put those in the parts of the haunt that are done. Now this weekend I definitely plan on getting those containment unit walls completely done. I'll probably work on that Saturday. And then Sunday, I don't know, Sunday might actually be the day that I make the UFO. It really depends on what I get done tomorrow. But my plan for this week is obviously going to mostly be the steampunk lab section, and then next week is going to transition to the containment unit, though I will still be adding things to the steampunk lab throughout that next week. I'll be adding things to each part of the haunt as Halloween gets closer, of course. But yeah, I'm so happy that I've almost got all these walls done. So happy. And I'm a teeny bit dreading the containment unit walls, though I know they'll be extremely simple to paint because it's just dry brushing. That's literally it, and then the spray painting. But there's just so many of them that I need to make that I'm kind of dreading that because I'm not very excited to do that because there's just so many. Hopefully I can get some help with my parents on those ones. We can all three paint them at the same time, get them done in like a half hour. I don't know, we'll see what happens there, but that would be a big help, because doing all those single-handedly could get annoying, because I have to bend down and dry brush it. It could get very annoying, and it could be very tedious and long, but we'll see what happens. I'm very excited with what was done today. This is definitely my favorite day of the haunt build so far, because so much was accomplished, because I wasn't just sitting carving all day. I hated that. I hated doing that. I'm so happy that I'm done with the carving, since my mom's going to do that other one for me, which I'm still so grateful for. But yeah, so happy the carving is done, for me at least. And today was fun, because the Razortail wall was a lot of fun to do. The painting the slab was exciting, because it was a change of pace. It was something new, instead of just carving more walls. And it makes me happy that so much was done today in such little time. I spent a lot less time working on the haunt today than any of the other days, but more was done, because the walls, carving those walls, just takes up so much time. So just stay tuned for tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday for you guys, but it is going to be Wednesday for me when I'm making the video for the next haunt build video. And I hope you all enjoyed day 3 of the Nightmare House 2020 The Experiments haunt build videos. Keep howling at the moon, my werewolves.